What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. This literally breaking in the last 10 minutes and pretty much the last video I wanted to have to make, but unfortunately this year, coming from a brand new exclusive, Marvel Studios will be skipping Comic-Con's Hall H. Now, they're still going to be at San Diego Comic-Con in a much less capacity, and while none of the industry insiders or content creators wanted to will this to happen, there were so many signs pointing to this happening because of the current landscape that's going on in Hollywood that doesn't look like it's getting much better. We're going to break down this exclusive, what they said about Marvel. We're also going to offer our opinions as to why we think Marvel may have pulled out and or downsized their presence at the Comic-Con, and not all hope is lost for 2023. There is actually another huge opportunity for them to do another live presentation, something they set a precedent for last year. We're going to talk about when the next likely huge announcement for them will be, but what has to change before that can happen. We're breaking down the latest exclusive, Marvel Studios to skip Comic-Con's Hall H, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner to coincide with Secret Invasion's release tonight. Again, all you got to do, be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video if you want. Stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So this just broke over at the wrap under the headline, Marvel Studios to skip Comic-Con's Hall H this year exclusive, where they go on to report, quote, the studio will still have a presence on the convention floor. After making a big splash at Comic-Con in 2022, Marvel Studios will skip Hall H this year, the wrap has exclusively learned. Marvel, however, will have a presence on the convention floor, which means probably in the same way they did at D23, they'll have some screens up, they'll have some booths, they'll still be there for fans who are hoping to catch a glimpse of whatever's to come next. I wouldn't rule out some first look footage or sort of like promo shots. They did the same thing at D23. Now, there had already been reports that there would be debuts of a new trailer for Loki and a new trailer for Echo during San Diego Comic-Con. And if this stays true, then perhaps they will play those on loop and be doing presentations for those upcoming shows in 2023. I definitely don't think that's totally out of the question, but when it comes to Hall H, Avengers King Dynasty, Avengers Secret Wars, that's the normal presentation that people are used to. The only huge problem is right now is that the writers are on strike, and 4 major projects in Blade, Thunderbolts, Daredevil, and Wonder Man have all been put on hold, with a real likelihood that if the actors go on strike in just a couple of weeks, literally on July 1st, everything everywhere in Hollywood will be on hold, which means it's sort of difficult to have a live presentation hyping up new projects when A, you don't know when any of the current ones will resume, B, you don't know what any of the new release dates will look like and after everything has gotten back to normal, and C, you won't be able to bring out any new cast members, any major announcements, and have the actors on stage, the directors on stage, much in the same way that you've had at previous Hall H's. Yes, the directors have settled, but in solidarity, there's a good chance they wouldn't go there without the actors anyway. Basically, now is not the time, even though that is definitely the place, now is not the time to be having this huge announcement. Now, as I mentioned during the prologue, not all is lost, because San Diego Comic-Con has normally been where at Hall H they make these huge announcements, but last year they came out guns blazing at D23, which had been on hold because of the pandemic and we hadn't had a huge live presentation like that in a while. Which means if they can get everything straightened out with the actors and the writers, get everything resumed and have all of the strikes cleared up by September like they did last year, then D23 will be the place that they have major Slate announcements, casting announcements, bringing the members out on stage. That's probably where we'll hear about new dates for San Diego, Kang 5, Avengers Dynasty, if that's still what it ends up being called, Secret Invasion, filling in the slate, the new Fantastic Four. So while it's extremely disappointing and probably to a lot of you who A, planned on going to San Diego Comic-Con and being at Hall H, or B, like me, enjoy this every single year and are always looking forward to it, it doesn't mean again that we're not going to get something new in this year in the way of a slate announcement. And quite honestly, last year they sort of took a little bit of the wind out of their own sails, did a huge presentation at San Diego Comic-Con that I was not at, but I wasn't live in the person at one at D23, but I was live in person for the one at D23, and it wasn't as hype because they weren't able to sort of bring the same sort of announcements. They had just unveiled Avengers 5 and 6. They may have always wanted to, in a change of technique, go ahead and save that for their own presentation at D23, but of course, they love the fandom. They know what They know what San Diego Comic-Con Hall H has meant and traditionally for the fans, and so really them pulling out of this year's huge announcement has a lot more to do with the writers being on strike, the likelihood the actors will be, and again, even if they have announcements to make, they can't really assure anybody of anything until they get all of the strikes settled, which is sort of how we knew this was going to happen. I had said a long time ago, maybe a month or two ago, that reading the tea leaves, if the actors go on strike, there is no way there's going to be a San Diego Comic-Con Hall H. There's just not. And apparently Marvel knows that. They're reading the tea leaves too. So why even go ahead and say they're going to be there and then have to cancel that, make fans even more disappointed as you get closer to the event, especially when people are spending a lot of money on travel arrangements, tickets to go to the convention. They want people to know in ASAP if they're not going to be there, and I certainly appreciate Marvel doing that. Now, you have to wonder about the timing of this exclusive. Hats off to the Wrap for getting the information, but the synchronicity is just a little weird because we're literally less than about 8 or 9 hours from Secret Invasion dropping on Disney+. So while this is going to be disappointing and for like a quarter of a day, it's going to get swept up in the Secret Invasion Marvel fandom hype and possibly disappear from headlines and very soon. So while I do understand this isn't Marvel Studios or Disney coming out and saying they're not going to be there, they still control a lot of what makes it out to the media. I'm not going to say that they sort of seeded this information, but I am also pointing to the synchronicity that there's a huge Marvel release and on the horizon to sort of overshadow the disappointment of them not being there. But guys, let me know down in the comments. I'm all ears as always. Are you as disappointed as sort of I am to not have that announcement? Were there any of you who are planning on going and specifically for Hall H but now won't go at all? I'm super curious about that. I wonder how much of a pull that is every year. Again, that's a lot of money, especially now, to travel out to California, travel to San Diego, spend many days there. And if there are a lot of you who are still going to go and have a great time, heck yes, let me know as well. I unfortunately won't be there this year. Probably will be at D23, but let me know all your thoughts down below. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s here at the channel. The next one is about to start its giveaway when Secret Invasion drops tonight. So all you have to do to be entered to win, super simple. Hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. Also, if you're staying up to watch Secret Invasion Episode 1 tonight, the watch parties are back. We'll be going live at the channel around 2 a.m. or so. Have some pre-discussion for an hour. I've missed you guys. I'm looking super forward to it. We'll all watch. You'll watch there as I watch at home, and then we hang out and have after discussion. That's tonight, live at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m. Pacific, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.